Hi guys, so for today's video we're going to be going through quick guidelines for buying hiking bags. So I know from personal experience that it's very daunting when you're buying a hiking bag because you go into the store and all of these bags on the shelves are super expensive and very colourful and they all look awesome, and obviously the oak who's busy helping you in the store is going to try and sell you the most expensive one he can because he's getting a commission out of it. So yeah, here's just a few guidelines to keep in mind when you're buying hiking bags to help you sort of identify the bag that is best for you. So in this video we're going to be going through things like bag capacity, presence or absence, types of pockets, zips on those pockets, rain cover, the material that the bag is made out of, the external straps, and then lastly the adjustment system for like the shoulders, back, whatever. So first up we have bag capacity. So in front of me here I have 3 bags ranging from smallest to largest. This is a due south Glide 65 litre. This one is one of the older generation of backpacks. This is the Backpacker 75 litre, and this is a K-Way Summit 85 litre. So this one over here is my bag. When you are looking at capacity, you need to be looking in terms of the kind of hiking that you're going to be doing. So for example, if you're only going to ever be using this backpack for, say for example, a day hike or slack packing, then you can get away with going for smaller capacity bags, like say your 35, 45 litre, around about there. That is because on a slack pack or a day hike, you should only theoretically be carrying water and food. And even your food should be like snacks for the day or whatever. So yeah, if you're planning on using this backpack in the future for a longer hike, then you're going to want to go for the sort of mid-range to bigger bag capacities. I say mid-range to bigger because it also depends on your body size. So now how your body size works is there's a metabolic difference between men and women. So a woman does not require as much food as a man day to day. So a woman will more likely go for a smaller capacity. For example, this Glide 65 litre, compared to a man, especially in my case, a tall individual or an extremely physically large individual will go for a much larger hiking bag because then you have to carry more food, etc., especially on hiking when you burn off a lot of energy. So next up we have pockets. There's 2 sort of broad categories that these pockets fall into, in my opinion. The old bag, that's easy to demonstrate with the older generation bags. If you look at this bag over here, it's got these square pockets that stick out the sides. These are really nice if you want a lot of space in your pockets and you like having sort of all of your stuff in your pockets that you can access fairly immediately. And the other type of pockets is more prevalent in the modern day design hiking bags. So for example, on my one here, you can see the pocket is in line, it doesn't stick out like on this bag. One downfall of having these pockets, however, is that you can't overload them like you can overload these pockets. Because what happens with these pockets is the more you stick in them, they push into the middle of the bag and then they reduce your storage space inside the bag. And then, yeah, a lot of bags have different pocket systems, so some of them will have pockets on the sides, but one standard pocket that they all do have is this one on top. So this is your main sort of man pack over here where you're going to stick everything, and this is going to be like your biggest friend in terms of storage and lunch, and when you sit down and you want to dig out something or whatever, easy access right here. So some of the hiking bags, none of these have it, but some of the hiking bags also have compartments inside here, like further compartmentalization. Sorry, my English went out the window there. So yeah, next up we have rain covers. So most modern bags come retrofitted with rain covers. As far as I know, they all do. There may be those that don't, so it is still a good idea to just double check that the bag comes with a rain cover. For example, this old one does not. If you have an old bag and you're planning on sticking with it, then you are going to need a rain cover, because there is nothing more horrible than having to sleep in wet clothes or sleep naked because your clothes are wet, or have to eat soggy sort of biscuits or bacon kits or whatever. So most of your raincoats are standard fitted on the bottom of the bags over here, and they're usually pretty well labeled, so just check that out in store before you buy it. Then next up we have the material. So all of the older bags are usually made with this very stiff sort of canvasy material, and that's really nice. I personally prefer this canvasy sort of material because if you, say for example, drop your bag or something, in most cases your bag will be fine. What I've noticed with all of these new hiking bags is they're made out of this highly synthetic material, which makes it quite a bit lighter, but the other problem is it's extremely easy to tear, you know. I can't vouch for all of them when I say this, but I used to have clothes made of that same kind of material, and they used to tear all the time. So yeah, I am inclined to go the more stiff material sort of way. So yeah, you do get modern bags with that old stiff material like this one. This one is that same material. Then after that we have external straps. So I like to keep a lot of stuff on the outside of my bag, which is arguably unconventional when you're hiking, but anyways, it's convenient. So for example, on a multi-day hike, I stick my tent on these straps here, and just without the tent poles and whatever, because then it lets you stick more stuff inside the bag. And yeah, so it's really nice from that perspective having external straps. And then modern bags like these two have quite a lot of external strap systems that help you compress your stuff in your clothes once you've put it in. So for example, on this one, there's a lot of these cross straps along the sides that you tighten, and those are really nice if you don't feel like carting around a big bulky bag. But that's basically just up to preference. So if your bag has it, cool. If not, it really just depends on if you sort of have a specific packing style. Like me, I like to keep my tent outside. But bear in mind, your packing style can also change according to what kind of bag you have. So, for example, I only started putting my tent outside of my bag with this bag. Lastly, the adjustment system. So, there's a lot of debate around the adjustment system on a hiking bag, and that's mainly because some people prefer to have their hiking bag sitting on their hips, and then others prefer having it sit mostly with most of the weight on their shoulders. Me personally, with this bag, it's a very long bag, but ideally, even with short bags, ideally I prefer to have it hanging your back closely, so tight around your hips and on your shoulders. So yeah, but that's really just a case of comfort. So when you're looking at the bags in the shops and the adjustment systems, there's a whole bunch of different adjustment systems. So for example, this bag over here has one for the shoulders here and one for the hips here, and then most of the thing is done by the aluminium frame, which then hugs your back. But for you in store, the best option is probably just going to be try on the bag and see does it fit you, and fiddle with the strap systems. And then my advice for overall buying a bag would be it's really just a trade-off between the adjustment system and then everything else. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys. Like and subscribe.